Hi, this is part 2 of the bass episode. Rommel will be talking about flatwounds and roundwound strings. What's the difference between the two? Which came first? What sounds good in what kind of genre? Stuff like those, so enjoy! Okay, we're back with Rommel.
Right.
He wore the same shirt, but I also wore the same shirt. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you.
Okay, so this episode will be about flatwounds and roundwounds. What's more commonly used nowadays as bass players?
Roundwounds are more popular because you can use it on a variety of settings live. You can get a dark sound with it, and at the same time you can go to the other end, which is brighter sound. Although flatwounds are in the studio, it's a
Secret weapon.
Secret
for
weapon.
Most, why is that? What makes the flatwounds more desirable for recording?
For some reason, when you record with, especially with a drum kit, it sits well with the kick drum, the frequency of the kick drum, and especially with classic basses here, you can't go wrong with having flatwounds on both of them in the studio.
Which type of music would fit flatwounds and which would fit roundwounds?
During the 1960s, they weren't making the roundwound yet. All the bass players were using flatwounds, and especially among the studio men, the engineers were trying to get different sounds out of the flatwound because they find it really dull, flat. It became perfect for the pick players during the 1960s, 70s. It's gone full circle because lots of bass players are using flatwounds now. Like Ben Kenny from Incubus.
Yes.
The whole album he was using a jazz bass with flatwounds.
Which Incubus album?
The Grey album. You can hear the bass sound in that album. That's the perfect jazz bass flatwound.
What about the roundwounds?
With rounds, especially if you're a working bass player, it's more versatile, especially live if you want to cut through the mix. Roundwound is more suitable for that situation.
So in essence, you get the flatwounds for recording, and then for live you use the roundwounds. Something like that. Something like that.
Although, as I was telling you, I have a Beatles cover band, and for that gig, I'm using precision bass with the flatwound, with the pick, sometimes with the fingers. It complements the song, the music.
For Motown, oldies,
Motown.
rock, you use the flatwounds, and then for modern rock music, funk music, you use roundwounds. Okay, this is something I think most people are wondering. Can you really slap with flatwounds? Because it's not very common.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Especially with the new one. If you notice with the manufacturers right now, they have flatwounds. There's a snap with it.
Right.
Compared to the flatwounds, the old. But with the
new, I think the old ones sound plasticky.
Yeah, plastic.
Now it's more metallic, more bright. So you can nowadays. Do you know any bass players who slap with flatwounds?
Michelle and the Gilshelo.
Yes.
She's a very good bassist. I think most of her albums were done with flatwounds and he was slapping.
How about soloing with flatwounds?
I think their difference dictates the playing. I think you can compose a different solo with the flats.
Different style of
different
playing.
style.
This one, I'll just add harmonics playing. Which string sound better?
I think
Roundwounds still sound. Does Jaco use Roundwounds for his harmonics? Like in Portrait of Tracy, he used
the Fender.
Something I wanna ask you as a bass player: how often do you change your strings? Do you use Roundwound strings? Mostly.
I do. I haven't changed my strings for a long time. I think with my F bass, it's around 6 months old.
Okay, that's not quite old yet.
But the difference with, for example, Red Hot Chili Peppers, they change it every
concert,
day. Yeah. That's the economic difference with
Filipino bass players.
Third world.
So basically, if you had the money, you would change all the time, or no?
No,
you still like the sound of?
No, I like the sound of old, especially a month old rounds or flats. The strings have broken in and maximizes the sound of the bass.
Frequency range, right? Because new strings are just bright, they sound good, but there's no character, not much color. How about string maintenance? Do you just wipe it, or do you use
I use GHS Fast Fret.
Are you an endorser?
No.
Okay.
Soon.
After this video.
After the video.
Yeah, about flatwounds, you're going after the old sound of
the old
flatwounds.
sound.
So you don't really change flatwounds much, right?
Yeah.
And they're much more expensive also. So how about your flatwounds? Have you changed them since?
The one on my Precision, I think, is a two-year-old.
Okay.
2-year-old set. Yeah.
Does it sound better?
Sound better.
As it ages. Yeah. That's it. Thank you, Rommel.
Right. Thank you, GHS, Fender, F-Bass.
Hopefully we'll do a video for you playing with your F-Bass. It's really nice.
Next episode.
Okay. Alright, bye-bye.